All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 312 of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. So, probably wondering why I'm wearing my monkey shirt again. Well, for my regular viewers, you guys know that I wear my monkey shirt for either monkeys related releases or solo monkey releases. That's right. This time, man, oh man, I'm looking forward to this. Got my little research too. Ladies and gentlemen, 7A, yeah, that's right, 7A Records out of England has done it again. I have gone off in the past and have mentioned on various Davy Jones, Mickey Dolenz, Mike Nesmith solo releases, and they are wonderful. 7A, I know I sound like a commercial, 7A, top notch. And I have said for maybe about a year now or more, said there's one solo monkey that deserved some love. 7A has answered not only my request, but many fans' requests for That's Right. First time on vinyl, 7A. 1994 album, Stranger Things Have Happened. Yes. Man, oh man. And in essence, Peter's only solo album. Seriously. Kind of surprised me looking back on all of this. Okay. So here's the front. Nice new cover. I'm going to show you something here before we get into the review, okay? So here's the front and here's the back. Alright? Nice liner notes on the back. And I'll show you the vinyl in a second too. So, all of that there, like I said, the album came out in 1994, and I wanted to show that Peter put out a personal appearance at Media Play in Rockford. That's me with him and my stepson at the time, David. The line was pretty decent at that time. Not real crazy, I remember, but it was really cool. Not only was he doing a personal appearance for Stranger Things Have Happened, of course he was signing monkey stuff. James Lee Stanley, who's one of the people he produced and is on here thoroughly, an excellent musician going back to the 60s as well. He was there too. We got to talk to both of them, which is really nice. That's how I couldn't afford CDs back then. I couldn't. This is the original cover to the Beechwood Recordings 1994 Stranger Things Have Happened. This is the cover, this is the cassette, and he signed that for me too. And then also, when Peter put out his first solo 45, which we'll touch on in this release, back in 1982, alright, I found out the small record company that was putting out the single, and in an envelope back when I was almost 15 years old, I get this. That's right, and I am led to believe that these were personally signed back then, at least for a few weeks anyway, and I happen to be lucky to get one of these. It says, "To Paul, best wishes, Peter Tork." He looks pretty cool in this picture, doesn't he? Back from 81, 82. And of course on the back it says, "Now available first time ever, your very own official Peter Tork Peter Pack," because he was doing for that too out of Burlington, Vermont. So I thought you'd get a kick out of that first. So, like I said, Stranger Things Have Happened. It has come out on 180 gram. Oh, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. I hope you can see it. Yes, it's magenta splatter. Oh, I love when 7A does this stuff. Magenta splatter. Oh man, nice and heavy. It is I'm going to tell you something, okay? I, of course, love the Monkees. That is no secret, like I said before. Peter, honestly, does not, I don't think he gets as much love as he should in the fandom on Peter. you know, as far as for all the rest of the Monkees. And when this album came out in '94, you know, he did, honest to God, I think he deserved a better label. I mean, I'm glad it came out, but Beechwood Recordings out of California, a very small label. I wish I still had that catalog. Alright, so my research, of course, from 7A Records, also monkeyalmanac.com, seconddisc.com. So this got released on 7A Records December 11th, just year 2020. I already said June '94 was the original release. Like I said, nice liner notes on each of the songs, and extra bonus tracks are on this particular release also that include demos, both sides of his 1981 single with the New Monks, and a 1982 song that he recorded for the Fast Folk Musical magazine. Say that 5 times fast, right? Guests on this release, of course, I brought up James Lee Stanley. He's the producer, and you know, major thanks to him. There's an excellent podcast, monkey related, called Zilch, and 7A and Zilch talked about this release, and basically I agree. James Lee Stanley put in a huge part into this, to being able to get Peter to do this album, and I'm glad, I really, really am, for that. Lawrence Juber from Wings, he ends up on Milkshake, which to me is my favorite track out of all of this. You also get a 3/4 Monkey reunion on the song Milkshake. Milkshake was a song written by Martin Briley to some of the MTV generation. Salt of My Tears was his hit, but Milkshake originally was demoed in 1984 with the Peter Tork Project, which was one of Peter's bands. Milkshake, to me, has got an interesting little story. They weren't all in the same room when they recorded their vocals, alright? Davey actually was invited to do a vocal. Davey gets to the studio, he's in the studio with Peter, but they talk so much, like Peter, Davey brought his family, okay, and Davey and Peter just started talking about family stuff and other things, and by the time he was supposed to put his vocals, Davey had to go, so Davey didn't get to go and record on this, and that's how Mike manages to step in and does not only background vocals for Milkshake, but for MGBGT also. Let's see, you have Mamas and Papa's Offspring, yeah, on Giant Step. You got Mackenzie Phillips, of course, who was in the Mamas and the Papas, the new Mamas and the Papas, right? John and Michelle Phillips' daughter, and also Owen Elliott, who is Cass Elliott's kid as well. They both sing background on Giant Step. Also Tim Schmidt, of course, from Eagles and Poco. He seems to do a lot of session stuff, doesn't he? And that's fine with me. He does background vocals on Stranger Things, and then also in the band for Peter for this album, Tommy Mars. Tommy Mars, I just found this out recently. He was a keyboard player for Frank Zappa and his band from 1977 to 1982, and then he would dabble with Steve Vai and Stu Hamm together and separately. So some songs originate going back to the 60s, alright? 3 songs were from the 80s. Sea Change, which originally was rolled out in the 1989 Monkees North American Tour. MGBGT, of course, this is his solo release of that song, but it ends up being the flip side to the 1987 Monkees Heart and Soul single, was the original version of this. And Sittin' In, which Sittin' In, that's on the 1987 Monkees album Pool It. Alright, so you get his version of that. Once again, I say this is such a fun album. I think my favorite tracks on here, honestly, Stranger Things Have Happened, you get what you pay for, Sea Change, Milkshake, MGBGT, Tender Is, and all the bonus tracks. Now, the bonus tracks on here, you happen to have, on the vinyl release, you've got 3 demos that Peter did with James Lee Stanley. The song for the folk magazine he contributed, I Truly Understand, and the A and B side to the 1982 Peter and the New Monk single, I'm Not Your Stepping Stone, and Higher and Higher. I think all those bonus tracks are totally awesome on this. Now, where can you get this thing? You better get the vinyl, okay? Priced around $30, deepdiscount.com. I sound like a commercial, but forgive me. That's going to be your cheapest way. Amazon also does it too, but Deep Discount has it for around $30. And I'm going to tell you right now, only 600 of these worldwide have been pressed, and I am led to believe there's less than 150 copies left. So grab one of these, you will not be sorry. The CD version is around $19 on Deep Discount, and it also has 3 extra bonus tracks, one of them being the Peter James Lee Stanley demo, and 2 live songs, if I remember correctly. So, like I said, if you're a Monkees fan, if you're a Peter Tork fan, if you're a fan of good fun music with a sly grin and a folk edge to it, go get this album. You won't be sorry. Down in the comments, mention, what's your favorite Peter Tork Monkees song or solo stuff? He put out many other albums after this, though, but with Shoe Suede Blues, he did 2-man band stuff with James Lee Stanley. Are you going to get this album? What format are you going to get it in? What's your favorite even Monkees song with Peter? Okay, did you ever get to see Peter perform a concert? Because shortly after that picture I showed you, he was doing a solo acoustic at Charlotte's Web in Rockford. Unfortunately, Charlotte's Web? Yeah, Charlotte's Web in Rockford at the New American Theater. I only found out about it the day of, and I couldn't go. That was one of my regrets, not being able to catch him solo. But put some of that in your comments, okay? Once again, it's always great to see you guys out there. And once again, 7A, thank you for a fine, kick-ass release. Coming up, I'm led to believe, from the label, Mickey Dolenz sings Nesmith. That's right. He's going to go off and do a bunch of Mike Nesmith songs. And I wonder what other archival project that 7A could come up with. You just never know with these guys. And you know what? Every time a release comes out, it almost feels like a mini Christmas. I'm that enjoyable of these releases. Alright guys, take care, God bless, rock on, and go get this album. You won't be sorry. Bye-bye.